They just confirmed your photo to a seer, and my dear baby, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says they just showed your photograph to a seer and the response left anybody speechless. They notion they had been being smart, they notion they were just going to get a few information. A few whispered predictions, a glimpse into your strength, your destiny, your actions. What they didn't anticipate turned into for the atmosphere to exchange. The instant your face seemed. The room turned cold, the seer's voice trembled, something shifted, and the presence that crammed that area changed into now not human, it was divine, it was holy, it changed into the weight of heaven colliding with a foolish act. The instant your image entered that room, even the spirits paused, due to the fact you pricey soul are not ordinary, and no seer, no longer even one pro in darkness, can take care of what is connected to you. They did this in the back of your return. They didn't even balk their concept. It turned into harmless, a little religious reconnaissance, a little peek into your future. They paid a person, they asked questions, they gave your beginning date, your call, a photograph out of your social media, or perhaps an old photo from a forgotten record. They thought it would be a easy consultation. However, the seer iced over. She stared at your photo, and for the first time in her life, she noticed something she couldn't explain. Mild fire, an angel, something divine surrounded you, and it wasn't simply shining, it turned into guarding. You were wrapped in something historic, something holy, and it terrified her. The seer subsidized away, her palms began to shake, her voice faltered. She whispered words like covered, chosen, untouchable, and the people who introduced your photograph, those who concept they were on top of things, went silent due to the fact they saw something in her eyes. They weren't organized for fear, not of you, but of what was with you, of who become taking walks beside you, of what realm your soul changed into, tied to. They got here for facts, they left with panic. They in no way must have touched your image. They by no means have to have tried to open doorways that heaven had sealed shut in your protection, but it's too overdue now, because something has been activated. Your call has been spoken in the spirit realm in a manner that modifications the entirety. Your season of put off is over. The attempts to spiritually spy on you've got backfired. What they intended for evil has brought about a release of divine electricity around your life. The seer saw something she will never forget. Archangel Michael status behind you, wings spread, extensive sword drawn, looking warning. The surroundings round your photograph wasn't simply light. It changed into judgment, no longer for you, however, for them. And now each curse, every lie, every projection they tried to send your manner has been again not later. Now this second became a line inside the sand. A boundary has been crossed. You failed to ask for this, you did not initiate them, you have been silent, focused recuperation, and nevertheless they could not face up to looking to free up your secrets and techniques. But the key they used became corrupt. The entrance they opened became forbidden, and the spirit realm does no longer take that lightly, due to the fact you kid of God aren't to be investigated like some mystery. You aren't a case. Observe for non-secular amateurs. You're a vessel of reason wrapped in divine, mild, anointed for a challenge that even angels wonder at, and God says because they attempted to look into your root without permission, everything they contact will now shake. They showed your image to a seer, and that seer noticed greater than simply your face. She noticed your destiny. She saw the anointing that covers your head like oil. She saw the calling that makes demons tremble. She noticed the storms you survived. She noticed the prophecies you deliver. She noticed the instant your soul turned into marked inside the heavens as selected. She saw the future, the miracles coming to you, the wealth, the reunions, the divine partnerships, the global impact, and it was an excessive amount. If she couldn't communicate, she needed to take a seat down. She whispered which you had been one in every of them, one of the few whose presence echoes in both heaven and hell, a soul that can't be manipulated. And but the folks that delivered your image still attempted to invite questions. When will their next dating occur? Are they honestly supposed to be successful? Are you able to block their power for some time? However, every time they spoke, the lighting fixtures flickered, the temperature dropped, something darkish started out swirling around them, no longer around you, because when they attempted to ship something in the direction of you, it reversed right away. The spirits that have been summoned turned on them. The seer warned them to depart. She advised them, do now not talk this individual's call again in this space. She said they may be covered by means of something older than something I have seen. She instructed them, you simply invited judgment into your private home. Your enemies just cursed themselves by looking to curse you, and you don't even are aware of it. You were slumbering, maybe you were praying, maybe you were simply going about your life unaware of the darkish counsel forming towards you. But heaven wasn't unaware. The angels weren't silent. They had been looking, and the instant your image turned into revealed in that room, divine justice turned into set into movement. And now the ones people are in panic. They're having desires. They can't provide an explanation for nightmares. They are dropping sleep. They are seeing shadows. They're listening to footsteps due to the fact what they summoned did no longer pass again empty. It went back enraged. You do not have to do something. Don't confront them. Do not retaliate. Do not even mention it, just keep living due to the fact the quality revenge is divine acceleration, and that's what's about to occur. Your advantages will now circulate fast to your enemies will fall without you lifting a hand due to the fact the seer failed to simply see your electricity. She noticed your pain. She saw how lots you have continued. She noticed the betrayal. She noticed the lies spoken over you. She noticed the postpone that wasn't speculated to manifest. She noticed the fingers that touched your name in dark locations, and she stated something that even shocked folks that delivered her your picture. She stated if they continue to exist, what's coming for them, it will most effective be by using that character's mercy they did not apprehend, but you made due to the fact you've got usually had a bizarre power of forgiveness, mercy, grace. That is why your enemies last up to they do it. Truly is why individuals who wrong you by some means live on. It is not weak point. It is your divine gift. Your mercy creates space for repentance. However, this time heaven says no extra mercy. This violation crossed a non-secular line, and it need to be spoke back. This time justice comes with fireplace, no longer due to the fact you demanded it, but due to the fact heaven has chosen to protect you publicly. You're being multiplied. This exposure caused your breakthrough count on your goals to boom. Anticipate anticipate sudden opportunities, expect names you haven't heard in years to suddenly resurface, assume money to return from surprising locations because the heavens are now backing your next move. You've been seen not by means of Guy but by divine realms, and the power around you is glowing. That seer might also had been used to darkness, however while she noticed you she whispered, "This one is guarded through the mild," and now everyone who saw that response is asking questions. Who are they? What makes them so effective? Why cannot we contact them? But they will in no way locate the answer due to the fact the answer is holy. It is now not discovered in spells or books or rituals. It's observed on your tail, on your tears, in the secret prayers you whispered in ache, in the covenant God made with you lengthy ago while you nearly gave up but did not, while you broke but healed when you were betrayed. However rose that type of soul cannot be defined, only honored. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can provide extraordinary thanks as much as $100. So what takes place now? Those who attempted to intervene are being eliminated, those who attempted to put off your being uncovered, and the ones who confirmed your photograph to that seer are actually hiding from their personal shadows. But you're about to stroll into one so loud it'll silence your enemies. Your direction is sparkling, doorways are establishing, your name is being spoken in rooms of opportunity, not just rooms of envy, and the divine is smiling because despite the fact that they tried to reveal you, what they did rather changed into announce you. Heaven is announcing you. The heavens have declared it. Your light cannot be dimmed. You have been born for this. Your name is protected, your picture is marked, and the next time someone even thinks about the use of your picture in a ritual, their own spirits will warn them to forestall, because the message is now clear. This soul is chosen, this one is covered. Do now not contact. They simply confirmed your image to a seer, and the reaction left every person in entire silence. Something on your face, something on your eyes, something historical, divine and untouchable changed into visible, and it shook even those who idea they understood religious matters. The seer failed to communicate for a while. She simply stared at the photograph of you trembling, and then she whispered, "This one is marked, chosen, watched by means of God himself." The room grew. Nevertheless, even the air felt extraordinary due to the fact what had simply been seen in you wasn't regular. It turned into sacred. God has placed his hand on you in a way that even the spiritually blind can begin to sense. You are not like anybody else. You've continually felt that, haven't you? That quiet difference, that ordinary feeling that you were sent here for something bigger even when nobody saw it, even if your abilities had been unnoticed, even when you sat in rooms wherein you felt invisible. God noticed you, and heaven has in no way as soon as improper your identification. The response the seer had wasn't pretty much who you are proper now, it was about who you are becoming, due to the fact heaven already sees the model of you which you are growing into, the one who is healed, the only who is restored, the one who walks in abundance and peace, the one who commands storms to be nevertheless, and they obey. That model of you already exists within the spirit, and now the truth is set to appear on your bodily life. Relaxation assured. Nothing will pass incorrect with you. The fear that is making an attempt to keep you up at night. The concern that perhaps it's too overdue, maybe an excessive amount of harm has been achieved, maybe you missed something important. Those thoughts are not from him. You are on the precise direction you are meant to be on. Even your detours had been used by heaven as part of the adventure. What appeared like a postpone turned into divine redirection. What felt like punishment become coaching. You're approximately to hear it all clearly. The religious world has diagnosed your call. You have been mentioned in rooms you have not entered yet. Angels have spoken your name with reverence due to the fact they realize the weight of your undertaking. This is not a casual existence. This isn't an everyday destiny. That's why the battles were so intense. It's why the heartbreaks felt deeper. It is why people betrayed you even when you loved them. In basic terms, the enemy continually attempts to strike hardest at folks that deliver the maximum light. But now, something has shifted. That moment whilst your photograph became shown to the seer, that turned into a religious turning factor. Heaven confirmed what you already suspected. For your coronary heart, you are about to rise. You are about to see the hand of God circulate so actually, so undeniably, that even your enemies will step returned in awe. The same people who laughed will fall silent. The ones who thought you had been finished will witness your elevation. Angel is announcing this with urgency and love. You are secure even if everything round you feels uncertain, even whilst you don't have all the solutions, even when your frame is worn out and your spirit feels like it is hanging through a thread. You are surrounded by using divine protection. Angels are on foot, the fringe of your existence. No curse, no gossip, no hidden plan shaped in opposition to you will be successful. No longer one due to the fact you're on foot in a covenant and what God has blessed. No pressure can curse you. Don't must. Restoration. Everything you do not should control the way it all unfolds. Your activity isn't to hold the burden of the sect. Your handiest task is to accept as true with him, to fall into his presence and say, Lord, I don't know how, however I agree with you. That is enough. That type of consider moves mountains. That form of give up invites miracles. That sort of prayer opens doorways that no man can shut. God isn't always a silent observer for your existence. He's a lively participant. He has been orchestrating conferences, aligning hearts, preparing possibilities and moving boundaries without you even understanding. That pain you felt some months ago that turned into the final pruning before your blessing. That rejection that broke you, it was heaven's redirection. That quiet feeling to your spirit that informed you something huge is coming. That wasn't your creativeness that become divine intuition. Heaven has been whispering for a while now. It's shouting that is your moment to step into full alignment. You do not need to identify a role or a public assertion. Heaven already knows who you are, and now it's time for the arena to know you are taking walks right into a season of revelation, of exposure, not the type that humiliates. However, the type that elevates. People will start to apprehend your light. Opportunities you did not chase will start to chase you. Resources will locate you. God is freeing divine connections. Individuals who will see you the way heaven sees you and not via the lens of your beyond. There may be a reason you survived what tried to kill you. There's a reason your heart still beats with help even after a lot. Sadness. You have been preserved, included, covered for such a time as this. God has stored you alive due to the fact The earth still desires what only you carry. You are not replaceable, you aren't invisible, you're vital, and shortly the world will see why that seer wasn't reacting in your physical look. She became reacting on your non-secular identity, to the fire in your eyes, to the strength in your soul, to the promise over your lifestyles. You walk with something eternal inside you. You are a service of the divine, and nobody, not one individual, can take that far from you. No longer even your own doubts can cancel what God has spoken. There are blessings racing toward you presently, right this very minute. Angels are moving on your behalf. A person is considering blessing you. A door is being unlocked. A solution is being downloaded into a person's coronary heart with your name on it. You can now not see it yet, but it's already moving. Your most effective project is to maintain believing, to hold praying, to hold aligning with love, hope and religion. You don't need to earn God's love, you have already got it. You do not need to perform for heaven's want, it's already resting on you. You don't need to be perfect, you simply want to be real. Come to Him together with your honesty, your brokenness, your questions, your exhaustion. He isn't always angry by your humanity. He made you, He is aware, and He is ready to expose you just how deeply He has been running backstage. That deep starvation you sense to your soul proper. Now the longing, the pain for greater it is approximately to be satisfied. God isn't teasing you, He's preparing you. You are closer than you suspect. In case you best knew what's simply on the other facet of your obedience. If you could see the explosion of fashion ready simply past you, give up, you would drop the entirety in worship, because it's actual, it's near, it is yours. This is not hype, this is holy, this isn't always fantasy. That is religion, and faith is the substance of things. Was hoping for the proof of factors now not seen. It's the foreign money of heaven, and right now, heaven is prepared to pour out solutions, healing, provision, restoration and destiny into your arms, however simplest. If you open your palms only, if you open your coronary heart best, if you make room, permit cross of the doubt, permit go of the fear, let cross of the timelines you notion were ruined. God can redeem time, He can boost up what ought to have taken 10 years and make it occur in per week. He can repair what changed into lost and double it. He can heal what changed into damaged so perfectly that now not even you could discover the scar that is who He is. This is what He does, and now, He's doing it for you. You aren't in the back of, you are not too broken, you aren't too past due, you're exactly wherein you need to be. And now, it is time to rise. Allow the mild in, say yes to what you cannot see, say yes to what you feel, to your spirit, say sure to the subsequent bankruptcy. Even in case you don't know the complete tale yet, God does, and it is a very good story, a powerful one as a way to inspire others, heal hearts, and change lives just by you being you. Keep in mind the instant whilst your image became shown. Recollect the silence that accompanied. Remember the awe that changed into a reflection of what heaven has usually recognized, that you are air, that you are holy, that you are set apart, and that not anything can prevent the promise of God from unfolding in your lifestyles. Pray now, accept as true with now relaxation. Now He's with you, He's